Hey YouTube, I am finally back with another video. It has been really 2 weeks since I have posted anything. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you probably wouldn't know what's been going on with me. By the way, if you are on Instagram, follow me at Lifting and Lipstick. I'll put that down below. So in the span of 15 days, I have gone on a business trip. I have spent a week in Australia and I moved into my first house. So that's why my setup is different. I'm kind of playing around with it still. You can see I have like some little random bits here, but I'm kind of playing with the setup of this room, but I do have my own like dressing and YouTube room in this house, which is really exciting. So that's why I've been gone. That's why you haven't seen an empties from me. You haven't seen anything about semi-annual sale. So I'll probably do a little bit of a filming frenzy today because I've got all kinds of empties. I next coming up have some semi-annual sale hauling, so all kinds of good stuff. So like I said, if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely check me out down below. That's where you can kind of see like my life outside of Bath and Body Works. But yeah, that's why I've been gone. So thanks for your patience. So without further ado, let's get into my Bath and Body Works empties. This is really for the month of May and like a tiny bit into June. So as always, I'll start with my hand soaps. The first one that I used up is this Fresh Pick Tangerines. This is from my vintage haul that I did a couple months back. I'm going to link that down below. But back when Fresh Picked was really in its full swing in the 2010s at Bath and Body Works, I loved tangerines. Overall, it was a great line, but tangerines was so good. It's definitely like a tart, and yeah, I wouldn't even say orange. I think it specifically does smell like a tangerine there, a little bit different. But yeah, a tart orange citrus, and it is so good. So I don't really love gel hand soaps. Generally speaking, you will always find me using gentle foaming. But if it's in a scent that I'm really dying to have, like this Fresh Pick Tangerines, I'll do a gel. But you know, like I said, foaming is my preference, but for this scent, I was okay with the gel. I would definitely repurchase this. I really wish that Bath & Body Works would bring back like these old school, like Fresh Pick scents because I love the simplicity of them. They're fantastic. The next one that I used up is also from, in fact, actually all of my hand soaps in May were from my vintage haul. I'll definitely link that down below so you can see it. But the next one that I used up is a Golden Pineapple Luau. This one came out in 2016 and it was such a good fragrance. It is the only year that scent had come out. The key notes are fresh pineapple, juicy mango, and passion fruit. I feel like generally speaking, not always, generally speaking, Bath & Body Works does great pineapple scents, and this one was fantastic. So it definitely just smells like a kind of candied, very juicy pineapple, and I loved it. It was a bright yellow color, beautiful packaging. Again, it came out in 2016. It was the only year it came out. I love this scent. I would really love to see it come back. The next one that I used up is my second of two Cool Coconut Coladas. I used up one of these in April and then the other one in May. Key notes are cool, creamy coconut and vanilla. This came out in 2015. 2015, 2016, I think were pretty good years with scents. But again, it was just like a blue coconut kind of scent. I picked it up because it was part of this. Like I bought like a lot of, I think 5 hand soaps off Poshmark, and this was just part of it. So yeah, every once in a while I can definitely get down with a blue coconut scent. It's not something I want all the time, but like once or twice a year, I'm definitely good with it. And yeah, so I used up the 2 soaps in this kind of like syrupy blue coconut scent. And yeah, it's fine. Like I don't feel like I need to run out and go buy another blue coconut product, but you know, next year I can definitely get down with it. The last 2 hand soaps I used up are 2 of the same scent. Again, it's from my vintage haul. This is another scent that I really, really loved. This is Salted Pineapple Punch. So this came out in the original Fiesta collection that Bath & Body Works dropped. I'm pretty sure it was in 2015. Well, it was manufactured in 2015. It must have come out like spring of 2016. So Salted Pineapple Punch. Again, Bath & Body Works does fantastic pineapple scents. They're so good. This one is a little bit different than Golden Pineapple Luau. This to me distinctly smells like a punch. It smells drinkable to me and it's a great scent. The keynotes are juicy pineapple and salted starfruit. which, you know, I guess, but like I said, it does smell different than Golden Pineapple Luau. This one's like, I think a hair more perfumey, but still not a perfumey fragrance. This to me, like I said, is a drinkable fragrance. It was so good. Love the packaging, love the blue. It was a beautiful, like rich yellow color. So good. I'm so happy to have splurged on these because they were totally worth it. The next time I used up is a lotion. I used up my Love Exotic Coconut. Again, a lot of this is from that vintage haul. I'm gonna link that down below for sure. Exotic Coconut, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is the best coconut that Bath & Body Works has ever done. It says the top notes are papaya, guava, pineapple, mid are toasted coconut milk, accord, and vanilla bean, and dry are creamy musk, warm sandalwood, and tonka bean. So this is from 2013, so it was getting pretty old, but the consistency and the fragrance were still pretty great. So what I'm kind of finding is I feel like lotions and soaps last the longest in terms of vintage items. So if you are wanting a vintage or a throwback item, depending on how old that product is, you might want to go the route of a lotion or a soap. So not a body cream, but a lotion specifically and a soap. That might be the best option for you. So like I said, this is, I mean, this year it's 10 years old, but it still smells fantastic. Like I said, the consistency was great. Honestly, I thought the consistency of this was better than the consistency of lotions you currently get, just because it was a little bit thicker, like they used to be thicker. But yeah, Exotic Coconut to me just smells like a sunny, warm, kind of dry coconut. It's a little bit floral. It's not quite edible in the way that like blue coconut fragrances can be, but still, it is fantastic. I love Exotic Coconut. I feel like, oh, what is it? The new coconut, Cocoa Paradise. I feel like Cocoa Paradise is in that same kind of family. I'm currently using up a mini fine fragrance mist in Cocoa Paradise, and it gives me similar vibes, but I don't like it as much as Exotic Coconut. However, if you want something sort of like this, kind of, I would try Cocoa Paradise and see how you feel about it. Okay, so next let's get into my shower gels. I wound up in a situation toward the end of May where I ran out of my shower gels from my spring challenge, and I just needed to use up some random little bits. So one of the random items I used up was a mini in Fall and Bloom. I don't have any notes, but it's just like an autumnal, musky, robust, kind of floral. So again, not seasonally appropriate, but I just kind of like needed something to hold me over before I could start my summer items. So yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of, what is it? The Mums fragrance that used to come out in the fall for a couple of years. I can't even believe that I like don't remember what it's called. Because I really enjoy that scent. But anyway, there used to be a Mums type of fragrance that came out in the fall. I'm sure I'll think about it right after I film this video, but it smelled a little bit like that. Definitely not a repackage, but like in that same kind of family, definitely an autumnal floral. Again, even though it's not great for the season, I didn't mind. It was just a mini, so whatever, and I just had it around. So I would repurchase, but probably not in a full trio. Next, I used up a Fresh Coconut and Cotton. This is from this year. Keynotes are coconut, coastal breeze, and beachside cotton, and it just kind of smells like what it sounds like. I feel like the notes here are appropriate. I get a musky coconut, maybe a sandalwood, definitely like a linen type of fragrance. And yeah, it's not something I would hoard, but it was nice, pretty gender neutral. My husband liked it, so you know, probably not this year, but if it ever came back again, I might repurchase like one. However, don't quote me on this, but I bet you could find this or something in this fragrance at semi-annual sale. Again, don't quote me because it definitely depends on your store, but I feel like I saw some of this at semi-annual sale. The next item I used up is another item that is new for this year. It is Watermelon Mojito. The key notes are watermelon soda, pink rum, and cane sugar. I have another one of these in my summer challenge. I bought two, so that's why I used up one, because I just needed some shower gel to tide me over, and so my second one's in my summer challenge. I really like this fragrance. It definitely smells like, I don't really necessarily get a sweet watermelon. Like there's a little bit of sweetness to it, I guess, from that sugar, but honestly, I get more of like the rind of a watermelon. So like watermelon rind, a little bit of sugar, and like something else is kind of what I get from this. So I do like it. No regrets about picking up 2. I haven't seen a whole lot of these available at semi-annual sale, but if you can get it, definitely get your hands on it. The next one that I used up is my last item from my vintage haul. This is a shower gel in Irresistible Apple. Like, if you're a Bath & Body Works OG, maybe you remember the Pleasures line with this shape of bottle, this type of packaging where it's a photograph of an item. I really miss, like, not necessarily the shape of the bottle, but I really miss the packaging where it's a picture of the item. I've talked about that a little bit, and by a little, I mean like kind of a lot on my channel. I really miss this kind of simplistic packaging that's beautiful to look at. It's consistent among like all the fragrances, whatever. So beautiful packaging, Irresistible Apple. It says voluptuous sun-kissed red apples with whispers of blonde wood and soft musk, enticing, bold, undeniably sexy. This was a fragrance I really enjoyed kind of toward the beginning of college. So I was in college from 2008 to 2013. And really like around 07, 08, 09, 2010, like I really loved Irresistible Apple. So it is a red apple. It is not country apple. It is in that same kind of vein, definitely, but Irresistible Apple is notably perfumey. It's like a red apple perfume is how I would describe it. So I was a little nervous because in the bottle it smelled like the fragrance was starting to turn a little bit, but once I used it, I actually thought that it got better. This one's really old. This one's from 2008. So I feel like that is past my limit of what I'll purchase, but unfortunately when you purchase like these vintage items, usually you can't see the year on it, so you're kind of taking a gamble with that. But this one I think worked out pretty nicely. Again, Irresistible Apple, I love it. Beautiful packaging. It was definitely a perfumey red apple from back in the day. The last shower gel that I used up is a vanilla coconut. I purchased this at winter semi-annual sale or like around that time. The keynotes are whipped vanilla, peach blossom. I definitely did not get a peach blossom out of this, and a warm coconut. So yeah, it just smells like coconut and vanilla. So forget that peach blossom, whatever. It just smells like vanilla coconut. And yeah, I mean, basic whatever. Is again one of those things where I was a little bit burned out on just seasonal stuff. I wanted something that would be good any time of year, and yeah, I figured it would be good for me. So I would repurchase it, but not for a while, just because, you know, like I said, it was definitely there to kind of like tide me over for the season and whatever. I used it up, fine, but kind of boring, and I'm moving on. The next time I used up is my full-size fine fragrance mist. The scent I use every single May is Wild Honeysuckle. It is definitely a bright, sunny floral. There's no fruit. There's not really musk. It's just a floral body spray. So if you don't like florals, I would 1000% stay away from this. But if you love florals, if you can get your hands on Wild Honeysuckle, I feel like it kind of goes in and out anymore. Definitely. So I love it for my transition from spring to summer. As you guys know, I'm an educator, so the month of May for me is like the beginning of summer, if you will. So I'm kind of like getting into that mode, and Wild Honeysuckle definitely gets me there. Next, I used up 2 scrubs, both from Tree Hut, but I'm including them here because they were part of my spring challenge. I used up a Papaya Paradise and also Candied Lemon. Both these fragrances were great. Sometimes I don't like Tree Hut fragrances. Not that I'm like really horrified by them, but sometimes I'm kind of like meh on them, but both of these were great, especially the Papaya Paradise. This one was so yummy and fruity and robust and tropical. It was a beautiful bright orange color. And yeah, Candied Lemon was kind of a pale yellow, and it just kind of smelled like lemon pez to me. So yeah, I love both of these. Tree Hut in general, I think, is a great brand for scrubs, especially if you want a core scrub, but you don't necessarily want to pay like Bath & Body Works prices. Tree Hut is definitely where it's at with scrubs. The last 2 items I used up are 2 pocket bags for the month of May. I used up a Rose Water and Ivy and also an iced cinnamon rolls. So Rose Water and Ivy, I've had this in pocket bags before. I love this scent. I don't really love body care in Rose Water and Ivy, but I love it in like hand soaps in candles, pocket backs, and this was no exception. So I love this Rose Water and Ivy. Ice cinnamon rolls, I purchased this, I want to say around winter this past year. I wasn't really sure if I would really love it. I wound up getting it because I bought a pack of like 5 online where you don't pick your own fragrances. I wasn't sure that I would love it because I don't like cinnamon. However, this I think was really smoothed out with that gourmand scent. So I don't know that I would necessarily repurchase it, but I wouldn't like stay away from it, if that makes sense. So it was fine. I was surprised how much I didn't mind it, but we'll see about the future with this. So that is it for my Bath & Body Works Empties for the month of May and a tiny bit into June. Like I said, thanks for your patience with my uploading. Life has just been really wild, and I feel like the last 2 days or so has really been the first time that I've been able to feel like a functional person since I went on my business trip at the very end of May. So like I said, I'll be back really soon with SAS hauling, with beauty empties, with candle empties. So definitely make sure that you stay tuned. Like I said, my Instagram handle, Lifting and Lipstick, is down below. Definitely check me out there, and also check out the vintage Bath & Body Works haul that I did a couple months ago because they're really fun. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.